Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, we're going to be smoking a roast leg of lamb. Lamb is extremely popular here in Australia, and a roast leg of lamb is a common Sunday roast. In the last few years, lamb has started to become more available in the US, so I recommend you give this a go. To start off, we need to make our rub. In a bowl, add a tablespoon of salt, followed by a tablespoon of freshly ground black pepper. Next, add half a tablespoon of garlic powder and half a tablespoon of onion powder. Then add a tablespoon of dried rosemary and a tablespoon of dried thyme. Mix it all together. This is about 1.5 kilos leg of lamb. When choosing a leg of lamb, you want a thin layer of fat on the outside that'll crisp up. Cut a checker pattern across the top of the lamb. Slice along the edges and the same on the bottom. This will help the rub penetrate the meat. Normally when cooking meat on the barbecue, I don't use a tray, but for a roast lamb, I love to collect the juice and fat from the cooking to make beautiful gravy. Pour a small amount of olive oil onto the meat, rub it all over. This will help the rub stick to the meat. Cover the leg of lamb with the rub that we made, making sure to get all the rub into all those cuts. Set up your barbecue using the snake method. You'll find a great video on the channel. Then light a chimney of charcoal. I'm using clean heat charcoal. It burns nice and hot and for a really long time. SA Barbecue Wood were kind enough to give me some of their apple wood to try. Place the leg of lamb opposite the charcoal. Cover with lid. This cook will take about 3.5 to 4 hours. About 2 hours in, I like to add my potatoes. You'll find my recipe for perfect roast potatoes on the channel. The roast is ready when it hits a temperature of 158 Fahrenheit or 70 Celsius. This will give you a nice medium roast. Take the roast off the barbecue and transfer it to a new tray. Tent with foil to rest. I was left with a nice test piece and it tasted amazing. Add a small amount of water to the tray and scrape off the roast juices. Pour the juices into a small pot. Add 2 tablespoons of gravy mix. Mix the gravy powder into the juices. Then add 1 cup of water. Place it over the heat and bring it to the boil. All that's left to do is to slice into this roast. Look how tender and moist it is. There you have it, a roast leg of lamb, smoked with applewood. This is a perfect Sunday roast or for any holiday. Lamb is one of my favourite meats. Tender, juicy, and has a strong flavour. If you found this recipe helpful, don't forget to share it, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you have any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments.